What a shot.
Shot scores!
That is your winner.
Scores! A highlight reel goal as the Panthers are back-to-back Stanley Cup champions.
Those are the banners of old for the New Jersey Devils. They'd want to have one here in the 2025-26 campaign. They face the Minnesota Wild. They're 5-1. They've won the last 5. Jack Hughes a hat trick in the last game against the Toronto Maple Leafs. And welcome everybody, I'm Max. Glad you're with us here tonight in New Jersey. I'm Max, delighted to have you with us here. The Devils are 5-1 in the Eastern Conference. This is their 7th game of the season. For the Wild, they're 3-1, and this is their 8th game of the season in the Western Conference. They have not done so hot, but they have finally won a game as they beat the New York Rangers in Madison Square Garden. In the last game, Yurov with his first goal of his career in the NHL. And the Wild are back in the winning column, and now they're back here in New Jersey to try to get some coverage here and try to get some leverage in the standings as the Wild are coming in 8th game. Obviously, the big storyline of the offseason was Kirill Kaprizov signing that $17 million contract for, I believe, 8 or 9. It was a lot. It was a lot of years, and it was a lot of money. It is the largest contract ever in the NHL's history, as he's $17 million per year. So Philip Gustafsson starts in net as he is 2-3-0 in this young season at 3.04 goals against average and an .899 save percentage. For the Devils, they lost their starting goalie in Jacob Markstrom, and now Jake Allen filled in the spot. He's not playing tonight, but he has done very well. He has gone 3-0 with the Devils. 1.91 goals against average and a .931 save percentage. Very good numbers here. But Nico Daws will get his first action here tonight with the New Jersey Devils, as he was 3-1-0 last season, a 1.60 goals against average and a .939 save percentage. Only one shutout last year, though, and pretty good for a backup of the backup, as he's going to get his first start of this season, though. And hopefully a good matchup here between these two teams, as we have some lineup changes. Cholowski is out for the Devils, one of the defensemen, 7th defenseman basically for New Jersey, and Cody Glass is out due to an upper body injury. And for the Wild, Ben Jones is scratched, as welcome back Marco Rossi. He is back in the lineup, and Damon Hunt and Hunter Haight are out of the lineup. The referees tonight, Jordan Samuels-Thomas and Kelly Sutherland, and the linespersons Shander Alfonso and Tyson Baker. We'll be right back with the puck drop coming up next here on the NHL and MHS. We welcome you back here to New Jersey. The Minnesota Wild and the New Jersey Devils. Game number 7 for the Devils. They're 5-1-0. And for game 8 for the Wild. 2-3-0, Philip Gustafsson. 3-1-0 is Nico Dawes last season. He played 6 games last season. Last season he had a shutout. This season for Philip Gustafsson, he's had a shutout. That was in the opening game for the Wild against the St. Louis Blues. Eriksson Ek will look to win the faceoff. Instead, the Devils win it. We're underway here in Newark, New Jersey at the Prudential Center. Faber playing it off the glass. Kaprizov will clear it out to center, and Hamilton will pick up the puck for the Devils for the first time tonight. Moved ahead, Siegenthaler, and then Faber has some trouble there in the corner by Meyer, and Boldy will move it ahead. Played off the wall. Gritzuk was trying to get it. Shot back in by Brodin. Dawes out to play it. Waiting, delaying, and then he gave it away to Kaprizov along the corner. Shot by Eriksson Ek was fanned on, and the other way come the Devils. Shot back in by Timo Meyer. Gustafsson playing out of his net. Softly moved it ahead for Boldy through the middle. Boldy will dump it back in, and then he tries to re-enter it. It is offside at the line. 49 seconds into the first period of this Wednesday night rivalry game here on the NHL and MHS. We're glad you're with us here. There's John Hines, the head coach of the Minnesota Wild, a 21-11-4 record in the last 36 games versus the Eastern Conference. The Devils are in the Eastern Conference, and the Devils are in the Western Conference. If you're just joining us and you're barely getting new to hockey, there's the conferences right there with the teams. Face-off won here by Jack Hughes. How he has had a week. Scoring a highlight reel goal against the Oilers and then scoring a hat trick against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Shot from the line was blocked in front. Jack Hughes gets tripped up in front. No penalty. Palat will hold it in, and then it's turned over at the line, potentially a 2-on-2. Into the middle, Rossi. He's back in the lineup as Ben Jones gets scratched as Rossi returns into the Wild lineup here. Johansson splitting his way through Bratt. Rossi was trying to receive the pass, was out of his reach, and Pesce was trying to get it. Rossi playing it off the boards, Johansson. And Hughes, Luke Hughes now, the brother of Jack and Quinn Hughes, moving it ahead for Mercer right through the middle. Knocked back in, and Middleton will try to have it. Pressured by Pesce. Turnover, one-timer wide of the net. The one-timer by Connor Brown, who was with the Oilers last year that went to the final. They lost in 6 to the Panthers. Foligno will get it behind the net. Playing it. Middleton now. He shoots through traffic, rebounds in front. Spurgeon trying to get it now, Hartman. And it's moved ahead here. Mercer with a 2-on-2. Shooting it back in wide of Gustafsson. Tied up was Connor Brown, and then a backhander by Connor was stopped. Delayed penalty upcoming to the Wild. And the power play upcoming for the New Jersey Devils. They get the first power play of the game. As a delayed call right there in front of the net. I believe it was an interference. And Marcus Foligno going to the box. The penalty kill for the Wild is 25th in the league with a 72.2% effectiveness. While the power play for the Devils is 27.4% effectiveness. That is 5th ranked in the league. As a setup here by Mercer, feeding it to Cotter right in front of the net. And I believe he was tripped up in front or interfered with. But Hinostroza, I believe, Mercer. Mercer gets hit from behind, a cross check there by Marcus Foligno. And the first, they call that interference, actually. So either way, the Devils with the first power play of the game, and they already have one shot on goal, trying to get the 1-0 lead here in front of their home fans. Faber playing it off the wall, and Brodin clears it down the length of the ice. Dawes out to play it behind his own cage. Hamilton now will move it ahead. Returns it to Bratt. Here's Jack Hughes now. On the far wing there was Heischer. Now he gets it behind the net. Hughes playing it back to the point for Hamilton. Moving it across to Bratt. Hamilton exchanges with Bratt as he gets it back. Shot! And a save made by Gustafsson. And Eriksson Ek will try to clear it. He could not. Bratt held it in. Faber, now Mercer. Back to the point. Hamilton playing it for Bratt. Back for Hamilton. He fires one, save. Rebound was there in the slot. Bratt will get it again for Jack Hughes. Moves out of the circle. Bratt near the boards, now in the circle, sending it down low. A backhander on goal was stopped by Gustafson. Bratt up high. Hamilton, a one-timer blocked. Jack Hughes has it again. Feeds it in the slot. Mercer couldn't get the stick on it. And Faber will send it out of play. Will that delay a game? I don't think it is. Might have deflected off the glass. But some good opportunities for the Devils in front of the net. On Gustafson. This one from Hamilton from the point. And then this one down low, and a great poke check actually by Gustafson. I thought it was a backhander. It was not, and a good poke check there. Second power play out here as Nason, who is drawing back into the lineup, will take the face-off and win it. Meyer playing it back to the point for Luke Hughes. A shot through traffic. It was blocked in front. Up high again. It was Gritzuk. Gritzuk again, sending it low. In front, Meyer can't get it. It is cleared. Dawes will play it for Luke Hughes with 30 seconds to go in the power play for the Devils. Hughes was trying to move it in, and then he gets intercepted there, and it is cleared down the length of the ice by Middleton. Up high as it goes back for Timo Meyer as they re-enter the zone. Nason back into the lineup for the Devils. Up high, Luke Hughes sending it across open. Gritzuk, a shot. That deflected wide of the net. Ricocheting off the glass, and a potential 2-on-2. Trennan trying to go short-handed here as the power play expiring in 2 seconds. Power play is now over. They're 0 for 1. Eriksson Ek. Successful kill for the Wild here in New Jersey. Flipping it out of the zone as it's poked ahead here. Shot back in by Gritzuk. They'll get a change. Some good pace of this one. Haven't had much whistles. No icing there as Dawes plays it with the backhand stick. Turnover right in front. Eriksson Ek will get it behind the net. Now goes back to the point. Shot from distance was blocked in front. And Luke Glendening, he was with the Lightning. And now he is back here with the Devils as he draws into the lineup here. And this, I believe, is his first season. Playing it off the wall here is Pitlick, the former Dallas Star. And he fights it along the wall up high. Bulliam has it. Bulliam along the boards. Has it in the corner. He is pressured along the wall, though, by Siegenthaler as it goes back into a puddle of players as it's fought for in the corner still. No whistle just yet from the referees. Shots are 4-0. The puck is just stuck along those boards. Cannot be fished free. They continue to whack at it. The referees are not going to blow the whistle here. They were not doing that. Bulliam could have received the pass. Now he gets it. Centering pass. No one was there. Kaprizov along the wall. Kirill Kaprizov looking. Trying to feed it for Bulliam. A front chance. Rossi's denied. Marco Rossi with an opportunity was intended for Bulliam, I believe. And it's still got on goal and a good chance for the Wild. That's their first shot on goal, too. That one deflected down for an icing with 14:06 left to go here in the first. Great opportunity right in front of the net. By Yurov, actually. It was not Rossi. Pardon me. Not Rossi. And good opportunity there for Kirill Kaprizov and company. First shot of the game for the Wild on that last opportunity by Yurov. He scored his first goal against the New York Rangers in the last Wild win. Foligno will dump it back in as Hinestroza. It deflected off a Devil's body and deflects out into the crowd as the puck is out of play. 13:56 at the go. We'll be back. Devils, Wild, scoreless. Welcome you back to New Jersey. I'm Max. Glad you're with us here. And the Wild's power play is first ranked. They have had a hot start to the season. There's Sheldon Keith. Second season as a Devils head coach. 47-34-7. He coached with the Leafs for the majority of his career until he moved on to New Jersey. Here's a chance. Behind the net, Faber. Faber looking. Faber still looking. Shot across and a save made by Dawes. And Luke Hughes will move it ahead here for Pesce right through the middle. 3-on-2, now a 3-on-3, 4-on-3, now shot wide of the net. And Gritzuk trying to move it ahead. Kaprizov now for Boldy, a stretch pass off the skate of Eric Sinecki through the playoff side. Now he touched up, so it is onside now. And Heischer has it behind his own net, playing it. And Luke Hughes. And moved ahead, Bratt. And it is playing it by Juracek, and now it's Boldy. Rossi will move it ahead. Marco Rossi waiting. He'll rim it all the way around. Kaprizov behind the net, centering pass right in front. It's loose, and Dawes makes a save, and then the net comes off the pegs with 12:50 left to go. And a good opportunity for the Wild to get on the board. A great pass by Faber. Crossed the crease, and Eric Sinek, I don't think, got enough of it. Puck was a little bit on edge. And then this went off the skate of, I think, Andre Palat, and almost ricocheted in. Shot towards the net was stopped. Comes back to the blue line as it's held in by Juracek. Centering pass right in front. Rossi, a backhander on goal. Dawes makes another save with 12:38 to go in the first. Nothing much here in New Jersey. Shots are 4-3 now, though, as the Wild with the last 3 shots on goal of the games. As the Devils had the first 4, now it's the Wild getting the offense going, as they still have it in the offensive zone. Marco Rossi back in the lineup with a goal, 5 points, and 20 shot attempts this season in 6 games. The faceoff is a false start, so we'll get a reset on the clock. Well, I was saying earlier, these special teams are going to play a huge factor in this hockey game. The penalty kill for the Devils is the 3rd best, 95.5% effectiveness. One of the best penalty kills in the league. Moved ahead here. Onside with the puck, Cotter. Rimming it all the way around for Connor Brown. Shot blocked up in the air. It comes right in front of backhander. Now it's Connor Brown, I believe Mercer just shot it wide of the net. Mercer missed an open net. Shot, save made by Gustafsson. Mercer with an open net, and somehow, some way, he missed it. Dawson Mercer with an open net. Gustafsson down and right in front, and I think that actually deflected off a stick potentially. Mercer frustrated with himself. He looked like he wanted to break his stick right there. He has 3 goals in the season, 2 assists, and a +5 rating in the first 6 games. Or 6 games this season for him. Playing it off the wall, Faber. And it is Siegenthaler. Siegenthaler playing it off the wall. Foligno. 2 went down in the process. Faber rimmed it all the way around behind the net for Foligno in the corner. Up high, Hinostroza shot towards the net, deflects out of play once again. Shots are 5-3 in favor of New Jersey. 11:38 left to go here in the first period, and only 8 shots combined in the game. Marcus Foligno hasn't had anything in this season. He has not scored a goal, not an assist, nothing. I believe he's one of the only forwards, only 3 forwards on this Wild lineup that don't have any points this season. It is Hinostroza and Tyler Pitlick and Marcus Foligno. Pitlick's only played 2 games. So they don't have any points in this season. Hinostroza leaving it for Faber. Faber waiting behind the net, trying to set it up for Foligno in front. He instead goes back to the point for Brodin's a shot. Save, rebound, Hinostroza missed the net on the rebound. Hartman playing it for Hinostroza once again along the boards. Back up high. Brodin's shot wide of the net, playing it off the boards in front. It's still loose in the crease. Foligno will send it back up high for Brodin, who mishandled it, and it comes back out to center. Foligno will play it back for Brodin as they'll get a line change, both teams. Brodin has it behind his own net. He has a goal and an assist in this young season in 6 games. Playing it off the wall here is Trennan, feed it in front. It's still loose, and it goes back to the point where it is held in barely by Jericek. What a hold in by David Jericek at the point. Heischer trying to move it ahead. Pesci, and now Luke Hughes has it. Will move it ahead. The net kind of almost came off right there behind Dawes, and taken down was Gritsyuk, and no penalty. Might have just fell down. Trying to receive a pass there was Timo Meyer. Instead, the Wild intercept. Jericek will move it ahead right through the middle. Onside, they'll dump it back in. Pitlick. Pesci playing it along the boards. Luke Hughes trying to get it. Trennan intercepts. And it's still stuck along the boards, feeding it for Boldy. As it is moved ahead here. Here's Jack Hughes. 1-on-2. Jack Hughes trying to split through Jericek. A nice defensive play. Ooh, that would have been a highlight reel goal if he got there. And if he was able to score that, that would have been insane. Palat, and now playing it off the boards. Kaprizov racing in, but a nice play there by Brendan Dillon to force him away. Jack Hughes playing it off the boards. Bouillon intercepted at center. Here's Palat. Palat moving ahead. Jack Hughes on the far wing. Jack Hughes trying to get the pass. It was intercepted. Jesper Bratt back for Dillon. Brendan Dillon waits and fires, and a save made. And Kaprizov flipping it. Gave it away, though, at the blue line to Connor Brown. Bouillon playing it along the wall. It goes back to the point for Brendan Dillon. Nemitz back for Nemitz again. Nemitz looking. He shoots it towards the net. Save made by Gustafsson. A long shot from the point with 8:56 left to go. We'll be right back. Wild Devils scoreless. Welcome you back here to New Jersey, and it's a 0-0 actually. Tyler Pitlick from Minnesota on the bench here, and I believe it's one of his first seasons here with the Wild. Jack Hughes up high for Hamilton, sending to the cross. Here's an open lane, and a shot saved by Gustafsson. It was loose in front of the net. Close chance there. Palat playing along the boards, almost stolen away there, and Tarasenko will move it ahead for Johansson. Lost it. Jesper Bratt at center. Angled off, almost by Tarasenko. And Faber will get it in his own zone as the Devils had to touch up. Russell would have been a delayed offside. Brodin, and moved ahead here as it's deflected back in, out of play. 8:15 left to go. The shots are 8-3 in favor of the New Jersey Devils. 5-1. They're in the 5-game winning streak. Last team they beat was against Toronto, and that was a hat trick for Jack Hughes. There's Matt Boldy on the bench, and the face-off one here by the Wild. Middleton almost gave it away there. Crucial mistake almost in the hockey game. Dawes playing it, turned it over. Hartman. Brendan Dillon has it. We'll move it ahead here for Brown. Mercer moving it ahead. And the offside here with 7:53 left to go. And Marcus Foligno hurt. And Hartman's a little bit down there too. What's happened? I think Foligno's hurt. Might have been something that must have happened. Or he's just fixing something. I'm not sure. Face-off is one here. Middleton playing it off the wall. Shot back in, and it's an icing. Here with 7:47 left to go here in the first period. Nostroza on the ice. He has no goals, no assists in the 7 games he's played. And the Wild are giving away Marian Gaborik anniversary bobbleheads for Wild fans. Gaborik, big player in their franchise's history. Some nice retro jerseys they brought back. Nemetz a shot. Deflects into the corner. Mercer will play it back to the point. And is not held in a race for the puck here. Hinostroza is trying to move it ahead. They have to get back on side. They don't. On the re-entry by Hartman. With 7:35 left to go here in the first. Scoreless here in New Jersey. 8-3 the shots favoring New Jersey. There's 2 other games here tonight in the NHL, the Red Wings and the Sabres at 6:30, and a 7:30 matchup between the Montreal Canadiens and the Calgary Flames. The Flames have lost 5 in a row, or 6 in a row at this point. They have not looked good. They're playing in the Saddle Dome against Montreal. That's been red hot. 5-2, I believe, in the young season. Last win was against the Buffalo Sabres, 3-2, or 4-2, pardon me. Here's a 3-on-1. Mercer waiting. Pass it across. The shot was fanned on completely. Wow, by Connor Brown. A 3-on-1. They didn't even get a shot away. Nemetz sending it low. Cotter in the high slot. Waits. Nice patience there by Paul Cotter. Nice moves to get away from poke checks there. He's getting pressured. Nemetz a shot through traffic. Here's a big rebound. He'll go back to the point for Dillon. Rimming it all the way around as Nemetz was trying to get in. Instead, Marcus Foligno, the both 17s. And they'll move it ahead. The Wild now with the puck. Jared Spurgeon will move it ahead for Bouillon. Intercepted, and Bouillon gets it once again. Brodin's now on the ice as Bouillon's shifts has been a little bit longer than most Wild on the ice here. Brodin will move it ahead as it's shot back in. Icing by the Wild with 6:23 left to go here in the first. Nothing much here to report in this game. Scoreless, 9-3, shots favoring New Jersey. They haven't been able to get the goal, though. Mercer missing an open net. And all the chances the Devils have gotten is basically Mercer. And then this chance here, Mercer and Brown. And Brown didn't even get a shot away in the high slot. No one covering him, no one back-checking him, and somehow he just could not fire that puck home. Face-off one here. Jack Hughes has it. Jack Hughes passing it. Shot by Meyer. What a save by Gustafsson. Jack Hughes is trying to get the rebound. Now he has the puck once again at the blue line. Sending it low. Looking in front, a backhand save, rebound in front. Jack Hughes holds it in once again, 2 times already. Sending it low, Luke Hughes has it, waiting. Luke Hughes drops it off for Pesci, and Tyler Pitlick was trying to move it ahead. Jack Hughes to Luke. Luke Hughes shoots, and a save made by Gustafson with 5:52 left to go here in the first. We'll be back, scoreless. Both the Hugheses trying to get a goal for the Devils to make it 1-0. Couldn't, though. We're back, everybody, as Minnesota Wild and the Devils are scoreless here in this game on Wednesday night hockey. And Jack Hughes with 2 good plays to hold the puck inside the zone. And Luke Hughes and Jack Hughes were working the puck around. Probably the best shift for the New Jersey Devils, but they've dominated this game. The Wild have only had, I believe, 3 or 4 shots. Devils have only, with 11 shots at this point in the hockey game. They have been very dominant here on the ice. Scoring chances 6-4 in favor of New Jersey. It's actually 12-3 the shots favoring New Jersey as the shot went wide of the net. Faber will move it ahead here. Eriksson Ek was trying to get it through the middle. Shot back in. Dawes plays it. Hamilton now. He'll move it ahead right through the middle. It got through Meyer. No icing as he beats the icing. What a play there. Great play there by Hischier. A shot that was blocked. And it comes back down to the Devils' zone. Hamilton will move it ahead for Hischier, the captain of this New Jersey squad. He'll shoot it back in from the blue line. Middleton will play it around. And here's Meyer. Meyer centered. Hischier couldn't get it. Gritsuk looks, and he'll give it back to the point. Shot from distance was blocked in front. Gritsuk gets it again. Hamilton waiting. Sends it loaded for Gritsuk again. He shoots, and he misses the net barely. The far post. Hamilton playing it low. And Meyer has it in the corner. Middleton and Gritsuk has it along the wall. Gets bullied off the puck by Kaprizov. Hamilton will hold it in. And Eriksson Ek intercepts. Long shifts here for the Wild players. Kaprizov, Eriksson Ek, and Boldy with more than a minute on the ice. They'll get a line change. The Devils will too. Jack Hughes on the ice with 4.5 to go here in the first. Moves it ahead, passing it for Bratt. Bratt looking. Bratt has it behind the net. Wraparound attempt was stopped. Jack Hughes in the corner on the backhand. Playing it along the boards. Nice move at the point by Jack Hughes. Bratt's shot was stopped. And Johansson will move it ahead out of the reach. Bratt and then Tarasenko on the forecheck. Johansson trying to get it free. Instead, it's Jack Hughes. Look at him go. The superstar for New Jersey is so speedy. Gustafson playing it along the wall. Spurgeon and then Palat intercepts. Back to the point for Luke Hughes, his brother. And that's out of play. with 3:47 left to go here in the first. 13-3, the shots favoring New Jersey. The majority of the play dominated here by the Devils. And here's this great opportunity here for Brad on a wraparound attempt. And Gustafson's been big in this first period. .899 save percentage, but he's been big in the first period of this game. He's 2-3 this season. And for Dawes, he hasn't even faced much. He's only faced 3 shots on goal. He stopped all of them, though. Face-off is won. Mercer gets it. Installs it deep into the corner for Brown. Brown trying to feed it in front. They score! Devils on the board first. It barely slid through, and Paul Cotter gets the goal. His first goal of the season. 1-0 New Jersey with 3:39 to go in the first period. It was just confusion off the faceoff by the Wild players, the defensemen, and leaving it open, and Gustafson, it barely snuck through. Brown, the centering attempt to Cotter, and it just barely sneaked through the pads. Cotter gets his first of the season. 1-0 New Jersey with 3:39 left to go here in the first period. His first goal of this 2025-26 season on the 14th shot for the Devils. Shot blocked in front for the Wild, and here they go again. Here's Nemitz shooting it back in. Wide of the net, Mercer will get it. Here's Cotter. Gives it to Brown, and Bouillon intercepts. Foligno looking to clear. He'll move it ahead. A 3-on-1 for the Wild. Here's a chance for Hartman. He shoots. It was blocked in front. What a play there by Nemitz. Hinostroza trying to center one. It ricochets towards the front. Foligno leaves it. Hartman's shot was stopped by Dawes. His biggest save of the night. With 3 minutes left to go here in the first. Still 1-0 New Jersey. As Hartman gets the best chance for the Wild all night. A 3-on-1, and the shot was blocked at Hartman. And then Hinostroza fed it for Hartman. And because it was just a weird play there, it went on some bodies in front of the net. And Ryan Hartman, 411 games with the Wild. He has scored 99 goals. He's trying to get his 100th with the Wild. 218 points with the Wild as well. 385 hits. Brings a big physical presence to the Wild organization and to their team and their roster. Off the face-off. Here's Boldy. Boldy centered right in front. Meyer will get it. He'll move it ahead to the blue line and not out of the zone just yet. Boldy holds it in. Ricocheting off the glass awkwardly. And Siegenthaler trying to move it ahead. Boldy. Boldy gets it in the corner. Siegenthaler pressuring him. Heischer trying to help him out. Boldy on his knees trying to keep that puck stuck in the boards. As it's still fought for. They're not going to blow the whistles here. Meyer trying to move it ahead. Almost installed it right back into the corner. And Kaprizov was trying to get it, but Gritsuk will get it first. Playing it off the wall. Here come the Devils. Hamilton. Hamilton waiting. Poke checked away on the back check, and a 3-on-2 for the Wild. Boldy drops it off for Kaprizov. Open man. Faber's shot missed the net. What a chance for Brock Faber right into the slot. Coming off the bench. And he was, I believe it was blocked. Or maybe hit the goalpost potentially. Let's see here. No, it's blocked. Great defensive play there by Hamilton. And Faber wondering how he couldn't get that one home. 2 minutes left to go here in the first period. Installed deep into the corner. Brett Pesce was trying to get it. Trennan. And played off the wall, and Pesce will play it. Hallinan trying to get it. Sends it low. Brodin. Or pardon me, Urov. Urov was trying to get it. And he almost got a good chance out of it. Kovacevic will move it ahead. Shot back in. Juracek. Here's Trennan now. With 90 seconds to go. Dawes will hold on to the puck on a dump in from center. with 90 seconds to go here in the first. 1-0 New Jersey. It's Paul Cotter who got the first goal of this game and his first goal of his season. As Yurov with an opportunity to tie it up, just fanned on the shot right in front of the net. He's had some opportunities, 5 games this season. He's averaging almost 10 minutes of ice time. A goal, that was his first goal against the Rangers, Bulliam. And 9 shots for Yurov in his first 5 games. Face-off is a false start, so we'll have to restart it. 14-5, the shots favoring the Wild. 90 seconds to go here in the first. Johansson and Jack Hughes on the face-off. Johansson wins it. Bulliam waiting up high at the blue line. Has it along the boards. Bulliam centered. Johansson was trying to get it. Rossi waiting. Up high. Spurgeon shot. Deflected. Blocked in front. And it's flipped out of the zone by Bratt. Bulliam will get it. 14-6. The shots favoring the Devils. Wild only managing that much shots in this first period, and there's less than a minute left to go in it. And Dillon will move it along the boards. Here's Jack Hughes, 2-on-2. Wouldn't it be big if he gets a goal here? Jack Hughes waiting, sending it deep into the corner. Palat was trying to get it behind the net. Tarasenko didn't know where the puck was for just a moment, and not held into the blue line by Nemitz. Pesce will move it ahead, shot back in by Cotter, the goal scorer in the game. It's made it 1-0. Brown now for Cotter in the corner with 25 to go. Centering pass for Mercer was knocked away. Brown will get it. Stalls it deep for Brown. Mercer, shot blocked in front. Johansson will move it ahead with 15 seconds to go in the period. Hartman almost interfered with there. Shot back in. Pesce off the wall. 8 seconds to go. Luke Hughes will move it ahead. Now out of the zone. Here's the chance. Faber's shot. And it hit the side of the net. Rebound in front. That'll end the period. Almost a good opportunity there for the Wild. But it is a 1-0 New Jersey lead by Paul Cotter's goal. And that ends the first. We'll be back. Wild Devils. Second period. And the Devils with a 1-0 lead. We'll be back. are back, everybody, as the second period is about to begin here in New Jersey. They have a 1-0 lead over the Minnesota Wild. Paul Cotter's goal, his first of the season, has made it 1-0 in favor of the Devils here at the Prudential Center. And there's Kirill Kaprizov trying to make a difference in the game. Brock Faber with the opportunity late in that first period. I had an interview with the Wild broadcast at the end of the first period, and we're back in it. I'm Max, glad you're with us here. Wednesday night rivalry games, 1-0 New Jersey. Right now the other scores that last checked, Detroit Buffaloes scoreless in the first period. We're about to start our second period here in New Jersey, the Wild and the Devils. Eriksson and Hischier in the face-off, done at center, and it is won by Hischier. Hamilton will shoot it back in as it's rimmed all the way around. Brock Faber in the Wild zone. Centering pass. Hischier almost intercepted it right at center. Kaprizov got it stolen away. Siegenthaler will move it ahead. Eriksson lost it. Dumped it ahead for Boldy. Almost got tripped up. Boldy, tough angle shot. Goes to the boards. Boldy behind the net. Hamilton. Boldy. Stuck along the boards. Fighting for the puck. It is still fishing for the puck here. Kaprizov. Boldy. And he sent that one out of play as it deflected off a stick. 44 seconds into the second period. Devils on a 5-game winning streak, trying to make it 6 here. They won their last game on the road against Toronto. 5-2, I believe. Jack Hughes a hat trick. And the Wild came back against the New York Rangers. The Rangers finally scored a home goal at Madison Square Garden, and that wasn't even enough to win a game at Madison Square Garden. They have not won a game at MSG. And for Devils fans, they love that. They hate the Rangers. Shot wide of the net by Johansson. Spurgeon rimmed it all the way around for Johansson behind the net. Luke Hughes is tying him up as it goes back to the point. Spurgeon from distance shot it. Blocked in front. Cleared out of the zone by Palat all the way down the length of the ice for an icing. With 18:52 left to go. Bill Guerin played for the Dallas Stars, which were formerly the Minnesota North Stars, and then he played for the New Jersey Devils, where he won a cup in '95, I believe. And he played for the Penguins. He won a cup in '09. Bill Guerin, now the GM of the Wild. Shot from distance, deflected on goal. Dawes makes a save. Hughes is trying to play it out in front. What a save, Dawes. On a backhand shot by Rossi. Rossi was complaining he didn't get a penalty. Up high is Spurgeon. He lost it. Here's a breakaway for Jack Hughes. All alone, Jack Hughes. He's stopped by Gustafsson. Bratt tried to pass it. Now he does. Hughes shoots and it was blocked. That is the wrong guy for the Wild to see up the middle of the ice on a breakaway. Jack Hughes in alone as Jack Hughes re-enters. He shoots. It was blocked. Or he actually phantomed the shot. Middleton. Wow. The Wild give us up a breakaway almost to Jack Hughes. Stopped by Gustafsson. A big save. Nemetz and now Dillon playing it off the wall. Hinostroza fighting for it as they have sticks jammed up along the boards. Jiricek could not hold it in as it comes back out to center and back into the Wild zone. Racing for the puck here is Cotter. Against Jiricek, a big hit along the boards. Mercer playing it around. Dillon at the point. Awaits the puck, and now he sends it low. Brown up high. Shot! Save made. Dillon an opportunity on the one-timer. Denied from the blue line. Hinostroza waiting. Looking for his man in front. Hinostroza's shot was blocked as he found on the initial one. Hinostroza trying to send it low. Here's Hartman. Rimming it all the way around. Here's Hinostroza at the blue line. Shot from distance, wide of the net. Hartman gets it behind the net now. Dillon, a huge hit to eliminate him out of the play and cleared out of the zone. Faber plays it across for Brodin. Stretched ahead. Here's Boldy. Or Yurov, pardon me. Yurov, and he lost it at center. Mercer clears it out of the zone. Faber will shoot it back in. Dawes, and then Dillon was trying to get it. That deflects out of play into the net. Oh, no, it didn't. I thought it did. No, it did not. Nico Dawes thought it did, and it did not. This one will get a whistle, though, as maybe not an icing on the Wild, and the New Jersey faithful do not like that. 16-10, the shots favor New Jersey. They have a 1-0 lead. Could have made it 2-0. A giveaway at the blue line by Spurgeon. Jack Hughes all alone. Big pad save for Gustafsson. Still 1-0 here in New Jersey. Nothing much of this game. Against the Devils, Gustafsson 2-2-1, a 2.87 goals against average, and a .915 save percentage. Here are the Wild. Boldy, centering pass, knocked away from Kaprizov. And cleared out of the zone as Faber deflected it, so it will be no icing. Gustafsson way out of his net to play it. Almost went to the trapezoid, and he could have gotten a penalty right there. Only one power play on the night belonging to New Jersey. They're 0 for 1. Penalty kill for the Wilds, 1 for 1. Back in, Brodin dropped it off. Boldy, a shot blocked in front. Boldy gets it again. And then Brodin was trying to get the pass back from Boldy. And here come the New Jersey Devils the other way. Meyer passing it. Here's a great chance in front, trying to feed into an open slot area. Shot save made by Gustafsson. Meyer with the opportunity. Gritzuk gets it in the corner. Gets it back as it went off of Boldy. Sending it low. Meyer. Hiescher's in front. Meyer sending it across for Luke Hughes. Waiting, a dance in the blue line. He continues to wait and passing it for Bratt now. Bratt to Luke Hughes down low. Has Hiescher in front. Luke Hughes trying to jam it in. It's still loose in front of the net. Whacking at the puck, and Gustafsson makes the save. Luke Hughes Hiescher went down. Did he get a high stick? No, he just might have just fell in front of the net. Good opportunity in front. The New Jersey Devils were just whacking at the puck in front of the net and couldn't bury the puck in. 15:08 left to go in the second. New Jersey still with the opportunities. They have been very good in this game. The Wild trying to step it up a little bit here. They have 10 shots in this hockey game. They've gotten, I believe, 4 here in this period. Here's Jack Hughes moving it ahead. Onside. Bratt waiting, trying to pass it behind the net. Palat lost it to Johansson and played off the wall, and it is moved ahead by Bouillon. Held in the zone, no. Whistled down by the linesman. 14:43 left to go here in the second. Still a 1-0 lead off of Paul Cotter's goal. This is the game against the New York Rangers. There's Yurov's first career NHL goal, as Shesterkin thought he had it. Or Quick, I think. I don't know. Shesterkin or Quick. He either thought he had it and he was laying down, and it was still loose, and he put it in. Yurov, 24th overall pick by the Minnesota Wild in the 2022 NHL draft. He finally gets his first goal of his career in the NHL. Spurgeon playing it off the wall. Johansson almost gave it away. Tarasenko gets bullied off the puck there, and here's Bratt. Bratt moving it ahead. Leaves it for Jack Hughes, trying to center one as it went off the skate of Tarasenko. Luke Hughes tried to hold it in, could not, as it's cleared out by the Wild. Pesci now to Luke Hughes once again. Moving it through the middle. Luke Hughes, onside shot, wide of the net. Carrying off the backboards. It was out of play, actually, right into the netting. 5:48 into the second period. Nothing much here in New Jersey. It is 1-0 Devils over the Wild here on this Wednesday night rivalry game. 17-10, the shots favoring New Jersey. The Devils having the majority of chances here in the game. The Wild trying to get opportunities. (14-12), and the face-off one here by Mercer. Back to the point, Brendan Dillon sending it low. Installing it deep. Cotter was trying to get it. Mercer behind the net. Cotter fishes it free. Playing it off the boards. Cotter let it go for Mercer in the corner. Mercer up high. Dillon's a shot. Scores! A long-range shot from the blue line. It's 2-0 New Jersey. Brendan Dillon with the goal from the blue line. It's a high shot. Maybe they want to look at this potential high stick, potentially if it was deflected. See on this replay. I don't think it was. Or wait a minute. Hold on. Brendan Dillon's shot. I don't see that hit Carter's stick. Let's see from this other angle. That might be right at the crossbar. And they move on and don't review that. Brendan Dillon's second goal of this season. The defenseman on offense right now. Mercer steals it away. Here's a chance, and that one's poke-checked away from Brown. Brown still has it. Back for Dillon. He's still on the ice here. Wow. Nemitz to Brendan Dillon again. He shoots, save, rebound in front, and they almost put a third one home. Right after the Brendan Dillon goal, and it's an icing on the Wild, so they can't change. Brendan Dillon with his first of the season, or second of the season. And now the Wild on the ropes right now as they almost made it 3-0 New Jersey. The Wild need to find some energy in this one as they have not been able to in the entire game. Face-off one here, and the Wild win it. A huge face-off win, but they give it up at the blue line. He sure has it. Passing it across, sending it low. Here's Jack Hughes, shot, save made. A big rebound was in front. Foligno playing it for Middleton. He almost gave it away. Deflected to Marcus Foligno. Right into the middle for Jaracek. They'll get a partial change. Here's Jack Hughes rushing in, dropping it off for Hischier. Patient play there. Foligno tied him up. Hischier played it now. Hamilton, a shot towards the net was wide. Jack Hughes along the boards now. Pressured off the puck, but he gets it to Siegenthaler. Hamilton, a one-timer wide of the net. And deflected out of play with 12:42 left to go. The Devils feeling the energy. Brendan Dillon's second of the season has made it 2-0. We'll be back. We're back, everybody, in New Jersey. It is a 2-0 lead. 2023, Matt Boldy scored an overtime winner with 2 seconds to go here in New Jersey, in the same building. On March 21st of 2023, the Wild needing to even the game right now, because right now they have not looked good at all. And they are on the ropes right now. Face-off is a false start, so we'll have to wait up and see what the next draw here. 2 goals by the Devils. Cotter, third line goal, and Brendan Dillon, the third defensive pairing goal. And Nason was trying to get it free, thought he had it. Pitlick will move it ahead for the Wild. Luke Hughes gave it away. Wild trying to get something here. Pitlick. That's poke checked away. The other way comes Hallinan. Hallinan shot save made by Gustafsson again. With 12:19 left to go, the Devils with 23 shots on goal in the game, and we're not even halfway through this regulation game right now. Wow, this is just a domination here by New Jersey. And we'll see when we get a commercial break. We'll stay on and see what the scores are now around the National Hockey League. Calgary, Montreal is going to start in around 17 minutes. And Buffalo and Detroit playing at the KeyBank Center. I believe that one's still scoreless. Hamilton to Siegenthaler. Shot from the line wide off the side of the cage. Meyer was trying to get it. Tarasenko will move it ahead. That's intercepted at center by Hamilton. And Meyer could not hold it in on the re-entry. 23-10. Jersey really putting it on the Wild right now. Wild barely got that go-ahead goal by Yurov in that Rangers game. They were dominating that one. They barely got the goal in the third period to get it, to get the win. So the Wild kind of struggling here offensively in the last couple of games. They have a very good power play, and there hasn't been much of a power play here because they haven't had a power play. So if the Devils are doing something right now because they haven't committed a penalty. Shot back in. Siegenthaler plays it around, and he tries to get it out of the zone. Where's the puck? Hamilton. And Heischer gets tripped up. No penalty. Hamilton. We continue on. Turnover. Eriksson Ek. Kaprizov installing it deep along the boards. Eriksson Ek gets it. Try to feed it in front. It was intercepted once again off a stick. Cleared out to center, and Faber will get it. Playing it along the boards. Tarasenko will shoot it back in. Siegenthaler along the wall. Give away. Kaprizov in the corner. Kaprizov trying to make some magic right now. Could not. Gets stolen off the puck there, and Dougie Hamilton will move it ahead. No icing. Waved off by the linesman. Gustafsson played it behind his own cage. Spurgeon will move it ahead for Rossi. Feeding it in front from Boldy. Couldn't get much in there as it goes back up high for Booyam. Shot wide of the net. Spurgeon sending it deep into the corner. Rossi. Spurgeon again. Goes across for Booyam. Shot. Save made by Dawes. Big opportunity there as they finally cycled the puck around, and the Wild trying to build off that shift right there. Dawes has not been challenged much in this game. 11 shots on goal, and he made 11 saves. Kaprizov was trying to do something there, and great coverage by the Devils. Siegenthaler and Dougie Hamilton, the second defensive pairing right there, doing some great work. Dougie Hamilton's 6'6", and Siegenthaler's 6'2". That's a very tall defensive pairing right there. Shot wide of the net. Here's Rossi once again. Rossi sending it deep for Spurgeon along the corner. Behind the net. Boldy, a wraparound attempt. It's still loose. It's covered by Dawes. With 10.5 to go here in the second, Boldy was trying to jam it in to make it a 2-1 deficit. Could not, though. And if that did go in, would there have been a question of the pad being pushed in for the goal? Because Boldy just continued to whack at that puck for 3 times until Dawes finally covered it. Face-off won by the Wild. Spurgeon's shot was blocked in front of the net. Rossi was trying to deflect it at the side of the cage, held at the point by Boldy. What a play. Johansson installs it deep behind the net for Rossi. Rossi lost it to Luke Hughes. He gets taken down as well. Jack Hughes now. Trying to clear it, could not. Boldy waiting, sending it. Johansson behind the net now for Rossi into the corner. Luke Hughes, and now it is Pesce trying to clear it. And Palat couldn't clear it out of the zone. Wild hold it in. Johansson gets it in the corner, pressured by Pesce. Rossi Now it goes back up high for Jaracek. Now Boldy once again. Boldy shot. Save. Dawes. It's still loose. Johansson centered at the side of the cage. Good chances there. And it's shot back in. Dawes plays it behind his own cage. Luke Hughes has it now. More than halfway through the game. Halfway through the period. Shot back in by Hartman, who he tried to. It was intercepted at center. Hartman gets it again. Moving in on the entry. Got Cotter up high and no penalty. Middleton. Shot back in by Faber. Moved ahead for Hinostroza. Here's Foligno. Foligno centered. Hartman gets it. He'll go back to the point for Jaracek. Faber from distance. A shot wide. My God, a piece of the glove of Dawes. Big hit there. Penalty upcoming to the New Jersey Devils, though. That was an interference. Brendan Dillon throws another cross check. And finally touched up. Wow. Brendan Dillon arguing the call there. But the Devils are going to go shorthanded. We'll be back 2-0. Wild on the power play, though, when we return. I think, or no. I don't know if we're returning or not. Oh, Brendan Dillon just throwing an interference there. We'll be back. 8:39 left to go. 2-0 Devils. Brendan Dillon, the latest goal scorer. We welcome you back. I'm Max. Delighted to have you with us here on Wednesday Night Rivalry Hockey. 2-0 Devils. And the Wild go into the power play. I just checked the scores when we went to that little break. It is still scoreless in Buffalo at first intermission right now. The Red Wings are going to go to the power play. They're getting outshot 11-5. They're up 5-1 in the standings as they have 5 wins and only 1 loss after that opening night loss. They haven't lost since they lost to the Montreal Canadiens. So this is the penalty here by Brendan Dillon. And that makes the Wild go on the power play. As there's Rossi on the bench, 5'9", 182. And has a goal, and he's returned back to the lineup. Interference and Kaprizov. Oh boy, 5 goals, 4 of them on the power play. This is going to be interesting. Power play for Minnesota. Face-off one here. Hamilton will clear it down the length of the ice. Best power play in the league, the Minnesota Wild. But they're facing off against the 3rd best penalty kill in the league as well. Special teams a big factor in this one. Boldy will send it back in. Hamilton will try to clear it. Second attempt, Siegenthaler couldn't. Boldy held it in. Erikssonek trying to get it out. Siegenthaler will not clear it. Boldy holds it in a 3rd time. Wow. Tarasenko along the wall. Up high for Bouillon. Bouillon dancing the blue line. High slot. Shot. Save made. Dawes. Tarasenko to Bouillon. And the pass for Kaprizov was out of his reach. Cleared it down the length of the ice. Gustafsson nudges it to Bouillon. Kaprizov's out there. He has the puck now. Through the middle of the ice. Carrying it in. They say that was onside. Hischier intercepted. Here's Mercer, short-handed. Dawson Mercer waits. Try to feed it for Hischier out of his reach. Just killing off the penalty time here. Kaprizov will move it ahead. Stretching it up here for Tarasenko. Trying to make a move. Vladimir Tarasenko behind the net. Now Kaprizov in the corner. Eriksson Ek tied up along the wall. Goes back to the point. Booyam across. Here's a delayed shot there, and they never went off. Booyam. Boldy was faking the shot. Booyam, another bad pass on this power play. Potentially a 3-on-3 here. Here's a shot by Luke Hughes. He was trying to pull what his brother did in the last game against Toronto, where Jack Hughes scored a goal, a slap shot from the circle. Hartman now, 8 seconds to go on the power play. Re-enters the zone. Ryan Hartman moves it in. Taken down, no penalty. So the power play expires, and the Wilds have the puck here. Boldy, centering pass, save made, rebound, Johansson stopped. Jack Hughes picks up the puck now. And he'll circle back and wait. Playing it back for Pesce, and Palat will shoot it back in. Hartman playing it off the wall, and moved ahead by Brodin, intercepted at center by Nason. And here's Hartman. Siegenthaler tying him up. Hamilton will stretch it up, intercepted at center once again. That's offside on the Wild. With 5:58 left to go, Yurov frustrated. We'll be back in New Jersey. 2-0, Devils on top. We welcome you back to New Jersey. 2-0, Devils on top. Wild just had a power play, but the third best penalty kill in the league has killed off the best power play in the NHL. Spurgeon needs one more assist to have 300 assists in the all-time leaders in the Wild's history. 1,627 career blocks, most in Wild history. Wow, what a stat. Centering pass was right there. Shot back in. Gustafsson playing it off the wall. And the Devils hold it in once again. Brodin lost it. Shot. Tough angle. Save made by Gustafsson, who has made 22 saves right now. Cutting in. Trennan's shot wide of the net. Deflected. 23 saves now for Gustafsson. 15 for Dawes. Up high is Jaracek. Intercepted by the Devils once again. It's been a domination, but they're only up by 2, and you know what they say, 2-goal leads are the scariest leads in hockey. They are not the safest as well. Shot back in by the Devils as they go for a line change. Jaracek. Less than 5 minutes to go here in the second period. Stolen away here by Meyer. Meyer, centering pass. Here's a chance. Centered, and right in the skates of Hischier. Couldn't release a shot there. Sinistroza will dump it back in. Playing it off the wall. Dawes, and then Hartman threw it towards the crease. Couldn't get it into the net. Meyer will chip it back in. Gets through Middleton. Meyer installs it behind the net. Trying to feed it for Gritzuk and could not. Here's Hisha's shot, deflected wide of the net. Another shot on goal, save made by Gustafsson. With 4:23 left to go here in the second. 2-0 New Jersey. It has been a domination by the Devils. 25-15 the shots favoring New Jersey. Dawes has only made 15 saves as well. He hasn't been challenged at all. Only 2 penalties, and referees Jordan Samuels-Thomas and Kelly Sutherland have not called much in this game. Marco Rossi, the second line out here for the Wild, I believe, and the face-off one here. So they've mixed it up a little bit here, I believe. No, it still looks like they have the same lines. I thought for a moment they had changed the lines a little bit here. Johansson's still with him. Luke Hughes, and out of Jack, and then he lost it. Johansson. 4 minutes left to go. The Wild need a spark here. They have to go to the third period down 2-0. They're going to potentially get a goal here to make it 2-1 potentially. We'll see. Matt Boldy will move it ahead. Poke check to White. The Devils have been so good on the poke check, on the forecheck, finishing their hits. And another penalty on the Devils, though. Luke Hughes takes a penalty, and I didn't even see what that was. With 3:46 to go, and the Wild are going back to the power play. Interference again, this time on Luke Hughes. It was the first time on Brendan Dillon, and the Wild will return to the power play in the late stages of the second period. Oh. Can make the argument it is kind of an interference, but it is a kind of a soft one right there. Yeah, he couldn't get through, so right call there by the referees. Luke Hughes, an interference. And cleared down the length of the ice by the Devils once again. Wild 0 for 1 on the power play. Facing the third best penalty kill in the league. Bouillon had some messes on that first power play. See if he messes up here. Great bounce for the Wild. Boldy. Bouillon gets it at the point. Bouillon to Boldy. Boldy shoots. It was deflected. Erikssonek back for Bouillon at the point. Tarasenko's on the other side and then messed up there, and Boldy will shoot it back in. Erikssonek looking to center one for Kaprizov off the head of Kaprizov. One of the gloves went down and it's cleared out of the zone. 3 minutes left to go. Stretch pass by Gustafsson. Kaprizov waiting. Feeds it. Boldy. Backhander wide. Gustafsson almost got the assist on that if that went in. Boldy back in. And they're offside of the line with 1 minute and 4 seconds to go with 2:49 left to go in the second period. Great opportunity here for Boldy, and it just missed. Wow. The backhander just misses that far corner. And close one for Matt Boldy and Kaprizov, and he's frustrated. 2:49 left to go here in the second. That counts as a shot on goal, I think. So the face-off at center. Devils win it. Hamilton. Hinostroza goes down. No penalty. Shot back down the lane to the ice by the Devils. Gustafsson will play it for Spurgeon. 50 seconds to go on the Minnesota power play. 2.5 to go here in the second. Hinostroza will move it ahead on the entry. Hartman will drop it off to the point for Spurgeon, sending it across. Return feed for Spurgeon. Johansson in the circle. Feeds it for Hartman down low. Behind the net. Up high is Spurgeon once again. Sending it across. Rossi waiting. To Spurgeon, a one-timer wide. It got blocked. Rossi. Now Johansson. Back for Rossi. Johansson got taken down. No penalty again. Spurgeon at the blue line with 15 to go on the power play. Rossi waits. Sends it low. Johansson couldn't get it. Hartman now. He shoots and a save. Dawes. Rebounds in front. Shot. Rossi hit the post. Rebound didn't go in. Dawes kept it out. How? Devils fans rejoice. It's not out of the zone just yet. Rossi holds it in. Johansson drops it off for Faber. 1.5 minutes to go. Faber tied up. The other way's Mercer. 1-on-3, Mercer has it in the corner. Tied up along the wall by Johansson and Faber. Jack Hughes on the forecheck as he gets off the bench. Wow. What a penalty kill, and I believe Dawes saved that puck. Wow. Very good opportunity. I think it hit the post, I think. Wow. A minute left to go. Power play is over. I don't want to have the graphic. Jack Hughes is back in. And Brodin. Jack Hughes will intercept. Cotter. Cotter waiting along the boards. Paul Cotter to Jack Hughes. Waits. Great pass. Back for Jack Hughes once again. He shoots. It was blocked in front. Rebound Cotter. Fanned on it. Meyer behind the net. Timo Meyer waiting. 35 to go in the period. Jack Hughes along the boards. They're red hot right now. Shot! Save. Nemitz cleared. Icing with 24 seconds to go. 23.8 to be exact. The Wild cannot change, though, in a big face-off in the Wild zone. Here's the initial shot by Hartman. The rebound comes in front right here. Let's look at this again. Hartman, great pass by Hinostroza. That shot was blocked, and actually it was a save. I thought it hit the post, actually. And it kind of did. But Dawes made a huge save. Face off one here. Luke Hughes drops it off to the point. Bratt with 17 to go. Bratt has it behind the net. Jesper Bratt looking. Still waiting with 12 seconds to go. Pesce to Bratt. And the miscommunication there at the blue line by Pesce and Bratt. And it goes back, and that'll do it for the second period. 2-0 Devils. They had one more goal. And so the Wild will have to come back here if they want a chance to get a point in this one. The Devils just trying to hold on as they are up 2-0, and Dawes with the biggest save on that power play. We'll be back. Second period is over. Third period about to be coming up. Devils up 2-0. We are back, everybody. Intermission report, but we're going to give you bonus coverage of the Buffalo Sabres and the Red Wings game with Chesty on the call.
As it'll be offsides on the Sabres. We'll let the break. To Ellis, 2 for 2 on breakaways. As it's 1-0. The Red Wings strike first, but Ellis has come up big.
And so the Red Wings up 1-0 in Buffalo. And Larkin with the latest opportunity in that game. He was stopped by Ellis, who is in net for the Buffalo Sabres, I believe. So, interesting matchup we got there. If you want to watch the rest of the game, it is in the link down below. So, in our game, it is 2-0 Devils as Paul Cotter with the first goal. Let's go over the goals while we're at it before we send you back to Buffalo. And let's see if we can pull these up real quick and send it back. Let's see. Here's the first two goals. Paul Cotter at 16:21. Brown and Mercer with the assists. This is a face-off win. And the forecheck by the Devils right here. Great plays. Two were caught pinching near Mercer. Feeding it in front was Brown, who had a bunch of real estate to feed it to Paul Cotter. 1-0 New Jersey on a wrist shot. Brendan Dillon, Mercer, and Nemitz with the assists. Mercer's had a 2-point game. This is Brendan Dillon from the blue line. A high shot that maybe looked like it was deflected up high, but it was not. Long range snapshot goes in. Devils up 2-0. These are the stats of the first period. 25-18 as of right now. The shots on goal. 11-10. It was more even in that second period. And Wild had 2 power plays. Couldn't convert on any of them. Big save by Dawes on the second power play, though. I thought it hit the post on the first shot. And power plays 0 for 2. Wild 0 for 1. The Devils. Faceoffs 55% in favor of the Devils. And it's hit 17-7. Blocked shots 16-13. And the giveaways 14-4. Takeaways 5-4. Send you back right now to coverage.
To the point. In deep on the near side, now galloping along, throws it at net, sliding and slipping as he threw the puck out of play with 13:37. As that was done using some great edge work right there. Doan, 23 years of age from Scottsdale, Arizona. As they're down to 13:35. Fighting for the puck in the neutral zone, McLeod. He'll play that back to Samuelson. Third pair on with Metza. Third pair on for Buffalo. This is the first defensive pair for the Red Wings, as it's Sherratt and Wurtsider. And from the right wing, Alex Tuck a drive. And off the wrister, blockered out of play by Gibson with 13:11. As the Red Wings lead it 1-0. This game. That's 13:11 to go in the second. Buffalo way out shooting the Red Wings 18-9, doubling their shot total. But Detroit with a lone goal. From the near side. A 2-on-2. As that will be lifted in deep to the corner. Powers there as it goes to the near side. And here come the Sabres as that one ricocheted out to a Detroit stick. And the Red Wings now on it. Cindy and Pelika in deep to the back wall. Ellis backhanded a 2-man. Turnover. Off the rim around. Kopp hooks it around for a try. And it goes to the far side. Jabbing for it. And the Red Wings jump on it. 12:27. Edvinson. He'll play the head to the left wing. To the corner, Larkin. He'll play that for a second, but up to the line off the ricochet, trying to center it. And throw it at net. And it goes out to the left. of Colton Ellis, another drive. That was blocked by Ellis. Detroit starting to command the second period with 12:09. The Sabres dealing with much injury troubles, really. Being one of the big ones, Jukka-Pekka Luukkonen, UPL. Here's the draw. It is Dahlin Danforth last season. Played for Columbus. Samuelson. Jabbing for it. Rather, Johansson, my apologies. As Allen will be played ahead. Taking a bounce off the wall into the corner. Wurzel still jousting at it. Bernard Docker. And it frees to Sabres stick and a drive. Through traffic. And now hooking around another drive at net. As it took a weird ricochet up in the air and it popped behind Gibson. And from the corner. Casper to the backhand. Sends that one ahead. As it takes a ricochet off the boards. Down the ice it goes. A one-on-one along the boards. As we are currently experiencing some stream issues on our end. Some buffering. But now it seems to be all fixed. As at the corner boards, it's Sider. Jamming forward along the far side to bring Kit there. And at the far circle, the Red Wings get to it, thrown out of the zone. As the Red Wings lead it 1-0 with 10:45. As the clock slowly winding down to the halfway mark of the game. A 3-on-3. Raymond to the left circle and fans on the shot on the wrister. Raymond there. Benson joining into the fray. That was rather Thompson in trouble. And to the left wing, it's thrown in deep. Whipping it around past Gibson. And it goes to a Buffalo stick. Larkin's there into the back wall. Where it is Sadine Pelika. And it'll be battle for to the near wall in the neutral zone. In deep, taking a bounce off the far boards. And at the corner boards, here comes Power now, galloping through the neutral zone. They'll backhand it in, went off a hand of a man and out to the corner. It's McLeod. Gives it to the point, Tuck. And crossing, Power drive, and a right blocker saved by Gibson. Tuck now, in a drive, and it goes over the net. As the Red Wing grabbing their face, I think they got the butt end of a stick up in their face. As from the line, Buffalo changes, here's Tuck now, moving in from the right side, and it goes out to the near wall. Here come the Red Wings, finally with a clear. Shots are 17-10 Buffalo. Into the corner. Pops up to the far circle. Where a nice defensive play, but kept in. Here's Kappa drive. Saved by Ellis. Here's Appleton. The far side and plays it around to the back wall. Kopp there, fourth line on for the Red Wings. At the line, skating, throws it at net and goes out to the far side. And in the neutral zone, it'll be played ahead into the near side. As there's Appleton after it. Third line on for the Red Wings as a new line on. Partly new line is here. Zucker now. Plays it across and Cedric Beck score! And we nodded out one apiece. It's Jason Zucker on a 2-on-1. With 8:23 to go. How about that? A nice backhanded pass. And coming in and able to put Buffalo tying it. So with 8:20 to go, It's Jason Zucker with his 4th goal of the season leading the team. And here's Siders. In deep. Shovels it up and held on to by Ellis.
So it is 1-1 in Buffalo. So interesting game over there. And for sure, that is quite an interesting one. Hopefully a great finish in the Keybank Center. Detroit and Buffalo tied at 1.
MHS channel, Max on the call. At least, I don't know if that game ended. I think they're in intermission, if you can confirm that. As we are currently in commercial break with 8:10. Yeah, you are in intermission, okay. As you can hear my voice slowly dying off, did not know I was sick. Next, about to switch back to the game in about 3 minutes of 10. First time on the MHS channel, we're in commercial break. How about that? What are the odds? As 8:10 to go in the second. Oh, okay. I've been on for a solid 10 minutes. I'm the intermission report. All right. All right. As we'll welcome you back, 1-1 tied up with 8:10. Zucker goal. Yes. As Max will MHS, the main channel. Okay, Max, give me a break. It's my first game this season. All right? Hopefully he gives me a break. Hopefully I won't get fired after this. Who knows? As the 7:59 throws it and then it goes out to the near side.
And we are back, everybody, in New Jersey. And bonus coverage of that game. Detroit and the Buffalo Sabres they replaced our intervention report for tonight's game. So the Wild and the Devils that'll go into this third period, 2-0. Devils leading it. If you just haven't been tuning in with us, or you just tune in with us with Shesty doing the call of the Sabres Red Wings game. We saw the Zucker goal there too in that one. And the goal scorers tonight. Paul Cotter scored the first goal of this game. And it was Brendan Dillon with the second goal. And it is 2-0 in favor of the New Jersey Devils. And hopefully the stream just didn't break right there. It did not. Okay, we are good. We'll give it back to Shesty for real quick.
In the middle frame, it's 1-1. Comfort on the draw. God, with how blurry my feed looks right now, looks like I'm watching it through AI. At 71, looked like a backwards 4. I don't know how that happened, but here's Doan. Back up to the line, throws it at net, and it goes up and out and into the netting. 7:04 to go. That was Metza with the drive. Shots are 21-12, but the score's 1-1.
That one 1-1 over there. As we welcome you back here to New Jersey. A 2-0 Devils advantage over the Minnesota Wild, and Gustafsson still in net. 2-0 New Jersey. Still a game if the Wild can get something here, because They really do. Shot attempts in the game for the Wild. On goal, 18 of them. Blocked, 18 of them. Devils doing very good at blocking the shots. 9 misses, no goals, 45 shot attempts for the Minnesota Wild in this hockey game. And haven't been able to put one home, though. There's Kirill Kaprizov on the ice. And he's hoping to make an impact here. Looks like he got a little bit of blood right there on his sleeve. We're underway here in the third period. 2-0. Devils leading it. Cotter and Dillon with the goals in the game. A Wild trying to get back and make a comeback like they did against the New York Rangers. They were down 1-0. They went up 3-1 in that game and won that game, I believe, 4-1. Either 3-1 or 4-1 in that one. Hinostroza was trying to cut in, and he gets angled off by Hamilton. Siegenthaler off the wall. It is cleared out to center. And Brodin, Spurgeon, lost it, and Kaprizov will shoot it back in. Here is Boldy along the wall. Siegenthaler, Palat along the boards, in the Devil's zone. It is fought for, comes free. Kaprizov centering pass, Brodin in front. What a save, Dawes! He kept it out of the net. Boldy was tied up, didn't get a clean shot away as it was centered by Brodin, but Dawes kept it out regardless. Boldy waiting. Matt Boldy enters in, and the shot was blocked on the great back check. Centering pass for Johansson was intercepted. Here's Jack Hughes the other way for the Devils. Jack Hughes towards the net, centering pass on the drop pass by Jesper Bratt. Couldn't get it. Johansson now to Boldy. Feeding it for Bouillon. Will dump it back in from the blue line. Sending it deep into the corner. Pesce. Jack Hughes off the wall. Cotter. And moved ahead here. Here's Bratt. Moving it ahead for Jack Hughes. A 2-on-2. Jack Hughes, a spinorama move and a save. Jack Hughes. He is due for one right now. He's hot right now. He is scorching right now. And Boldy was tied up, but a save by Dawes right in front of the net. Boldy actually fanned on it. It was right there in the crease. I actually thought Boldy got a shot on it. I just said, what a save. And he even made the save. Oh. Off nights from both me and Chesty. Jeez. Face off one here by Mercer, or tried to. He was tied up by Hartman. Jaracek will play it, and he'll flip it out to center. Mercer intercepts. Lost it at center, though. Scoring chance for the Wild, 11. 16 for the Devils. 27 scoring chances in the game. Devils have scored on 2. Nemitz to Brown. He'll shoot it back in. This line got the first goal. Cotter. Brown gets it behind the net. Connor Brown on a wraparound attempt was tied up by Hartman. Nemitz holds it in, sending it deep into the corner. Cotter. Paul Cotter has it along the wall. Brown gets it in the far corner. To the point. Dillon, who got the second goal in the game. Brown again. Installs it deep as it's rimmed all the way around for Nemitz. Another zone time. Nemitz gets bullied off the puck for a moment. And Middleton takes it away from the corner. And Tarasenko will flip it out to center ice. A drop pass did not work out. Gustafsson almost. Ooh, almost a brutal giveaway. We've seen a lot of those in this season. Goalie's giving up the puck right in front in an empty net. We saw that in the St. Louis-Chicago game we did last Wednesday. Faber sends it deep into the corner. Kaprizov. Hamilton playing it along the wall. It goes back to the point for Brodin's shot. Right into the glove. Rebound. It was blocked, and it comes back out to New Jersey territory, or to Wild territory, pardon me. Minnesota territory. Brodin drops it off for Kaprizov, trying to get something going in the game. Kaprizov patiently waiting. Dumped back in as they got a touch up for an onside because it was offside on the play. Pesce drops it, and Jack Hughes will shoot it back in. Top defensive pairing out there for the New Jersey Devils. And the Wild move it ahead. Hinostroza trying to feed it for Foligno out of his reach. Held in the zone, though. That one trying to feed for Eriksson Ek. Could not. Devils move it up the other way. Great poke checking by the Devils in this game. Meyer waiting. Sending it for Jack Hughes, who has it along the wall. Back to the point for Dylan. Nemitz. He shoots. It was blocked towards the net. Meyer has it. Meyer waiting. Try to center one. Felina will get it. And it's flipped out of the zone out to center ice. Eriksson Ek up in the air. Knocked it down, and Nemitz will pick up the puck on the backhand. Not cleared out of the zone, though. Boldy. Devils tying it up along the wall. Jack Hughes trying to get it free. And giving away at the blue line to Middleton. It was tied up by Brad, but Middleton holds it in. Rimmed all the way around. Off the bench is Johansson. Goes behind the net. Boldy let it go as he was tied up. Middleton tried to hold it in the corner. Hughes is ready to get it out. Eriksson Ek trying to get it, but Jack Hughes will move it ahead for the Devils. He'll flip it up into the air. Knocked down by Palat, and he gets slashed, and the penalty upcoming on the Wild. And the Devils will go to the power play with 15-11 left to go here in the third. A clear slash. The stick just got slashed out of his hands like that. And a slashing call on Minnesota. A bad penalty to take here by Jaracek, who just fully chopped that thing. A big dang karate chop right there. And the Devils will go to the power play for the second time tonight. Both teams about to have 2 opportunities on the power play. No one has scored on the power play. Will the Devils change that? We'll see. Still think it's 1-1 in Detroit and Buffalo right now. 0 for 1, 3 shots on the first power play for the Devils. Up high, score! Devils get a good goal right there. Right off the draw, Gritsuk makes it 3-0 Devils. Wow. His first goal of the season. And it's 3-0 just like that on a power play goal. Gritsuk with the goal right off the draw. And the Devils lead by 3. A power play goal. And Jaracek was pretty annoyed at that. And the Devils up by 3 in the game. Gritsuk's first goal this season. 15:07 to go in the third. A little bit of delay here. And within the third period, less than 5 minutes in, costly penalty by Minnesota has put them down by 3. Shot back in by Siegenthaler. And the Devils up by 3 here in New Jersey. And the Wild have a big mountain to climb if they want to get back into the game. They're offside on the entry with 14:54 left to go here in the third. A goal by Arseny Gritsuk. Second line goal right there. Power play goal right off the draw. His first of the season. And it is 3-0 in favor of the New Jersey Devils. Domination on the Wild. 27-18 the shots favoring New Jersey. Brodin passed it for Faber. Shot back in. Off the wall, they say that hit the weird part of the glass and is out of play technically. And so the entry does not count for the Wild, and a whistle at 14:48 of the third. 3-0 Devils in this one. Let's check the score in Detroit and the Buffalo game. It is still 1-1 in that one. John Hines on the bench, trying to get his team going here. He was the former head coach of the Devils at one point in his coaching career. Got fired, came to Minnesota, I believe, right afterwards. Back in is Hischier. Hischier waits, he shoots, and it was a low shot that didn't get much on it. Towards the front, Gritsuk trying to get his second in the period, right in front of the net. Centering pass by Meyer. No one was there. Devils up by 3, and the crowd loving it here at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. Shot back in by Meyer. Devils going for their 6th win straight. Buffalo's up 2-1. Tyson Kozak with the goal. Who? Wow. And so the Detroit Red Wings, who are 5-1, won 5 in a row. Johansson's shot, rebound in the front of the net, cleared away. Luke Hughes gets stripped of the puck. Centering pass, couldn't go. The other way come the Devils. Here's Mercer with a lane. Slows it up and waits. Fan on the pass to Mercer, and it's shot back in. Or Cotter, pardon me. Up high. Luke Hughes, a backhander on goal. Took a tumble, no penalty. Hartman. 13.5 to go in the third. So the Buffalo Sabres have a 2-1 lead over the Red Wings right now at the moment here in the second period. And that one. Third period here in New Jersey. Up 3-0 on the Devils. Wild trying to make an improbable comeback here because they have not gotten much in quality scoring chances. It's still tied up along the wall. And we'll take the score of the Montreal-Calgary game. I believe that went to the first intermission not too long ago. Here's Kovacevic the other way for New Jersey. Brown's in the middle. And Kovacevic rimmed it all the way around. Bouillon. Tarasenko couldn't clear it. Brown behind the net. Brown waiting. Centered. Off a skate. And Bouillon will move it ahead. Bouillon will try to shoot it back in. Stolen away by Hallinan. Hallinan towards the net. Gustafsson played it. Cotter will get it in the corner. Pressured by Bouillon. And Pitlick try to clear it. Jack Hughes feeds it. Up high. Dillon to Nemitz. Off a body. And Trennan will move it ahead for the Wild. He's dead tired. He had a 1.5-minute shift right there. He gets off the ice right there. Bratt clears it down the length of the, or almost the length of the ice. Stick on the ice. Don't know who that is. Back in. Shot. Wide of the net. As the Wild trying to get back in the game. You're off with that last chance for the Wild that went wide. Bodies in the corner. Behind the net, Jack Hughes. Waits. Jack Hughes has it. Goes back to the point for Hamilton. Held it in the zone. Jack Hughes feeding it across. Open lane. Bratt sends it low. Siegenthaler behind the net. Here's a shot that was blocked on the one-timer by Hamilton. Pitlick couldn't clear it. Held in by Palat. Gustafsson couldn't slow it down. Bratt to Hamilton at the point. Jack Hughes has it. To the net. Jack Hughes! Almost shot wide. Hamilton. Up high. Jack Hughes once again. He waits. He shoots! It was blocked on the way through. And Faber gave it away. Pressure here by the Devils. Foligno, Pitlick, Faber, and Brodin have been out there for a long time. Up high. Here's Jack Hughes. He shoots, and he stopped. Rebound in front of the net. Foligno will look to clear it, and he will finally. And the Wild, right now, don't look good for a comeback chance here. Foligno's still on the ice, I believe. He is. A 1.5-minute shift is an icing on the Wild. I don't think Foligno can change. And he's frustrated about that. 3-0 New Jersey. And they're so close to adding another one here or two. Wow. A domination by the Wild on Wednesday, or by the Devils, pardon me. 20 block shots, 18 for the Devils. Wild have 20 block shots in the game. And we're approaching the 10.5-minute point of this third period. Face-off won by the Wild. They're going to need 3 quick ones if they want to send this to an overtime. Pesce will move it ahead for Luke Hughes. He'll move it in on side. Dumped back into the corner. Connor Brown. Middleton in the corner. Fought for loose. Spurgeon. Johansson will move it ahead for Boldy. And Boldy. And the Red Wings just tied it. 1:40 left in the period. Emmett Finney has tied the game at 2. And a good one in Buffalo. This one here, not so much. 3-0 New Jersey. And MHS2 has you covered if you want to watch the Buffalo Sabres and the Red Wings game with Jesse on the call. Emmett Finney just tied the game up to 2. Here's a breakaway. Here's shot. Oh, wow. He missed the net. Hallinan. Oh, boy. The Devils are on fire right now. Hallinan will shoot it back in. Bullion will get it along the wall. He'll move it ahead. Eriksson Ek in the middle. He has the puck with 9.5 to go. The drop passes to Boldy. Boldy with some room. He shoots off the post. It's in. Boldy scores with 9:22 left to give the Wild some life in the game. Minnesota's finally on the board. Boldy with a good shot. Hit that weird back bar, so it looked like he might have hit the crossbar, but no, it is in. Boldy scores. Matt Boldy, his 5th goal of the season in the 8th game of the Wild season, and he's made it a 3-1 game here in New Jersey, and maybe some life here for the Minnesota Wild. Shot back in. Eriksson Ek looking to get another one. Quickly. Kaprizov was trying to get it. Along the wall. Stolen away. 4-on-2 for the Devils if they hurry. Onside here with the pass in front. Siegenthaler. They kind of messed that up. Meyer didn't have control of it. Here's a chance for up high. Hischier sends it low. Siegenthaler. Shot save made. Rebound in front. Siegenthaler. Gritsuk will hold it in. Hischier along the wall. Up high. Hamilton's shot was deflected towards the net. It was stopped by Gustafsson. Siegenthaler will rim it all the way around. Jack Hughes. Hamilton towards the front. Hinostroza will move it away. Wild trying to get within 1 here. As they are down 3-1. They've just scored. Matt Boldy. Gritsuk trying to pass it through the middle. Hamilton will shoot it back in. Gustafsson misplayed it. Stolen away almost to Palat. Wow. Wow. Something you don't want to do in the late stages of a game you're trailing in. Spurgeon, a bad pass for Bullion, turned it over. Back to the point for Pesce. Sent it across for Luke Hughes. Shot save made on a slap shot from the circle. Trenton will move it ahead, and here's Tarasenko, potentially a 3-on-2. Jack Hughes, a great defensive play as a forward. 7:51 left to go. The Wild are on the board. Maybe some hope of life. They're down 3-1 here in New Jersey, though. We'll be back. 3-1, Devils leading. We welcome you back to New Jersey. Brendan Dillon made it 2-0. Arseny Gritsuk, his first career NHL goal on the power play, extended it to 3-0. Sorry, I didn't mention that at first. His first goal. Matt Boldy puts it in for the Wild, and it is now a 3-1 game, his 5th goal of his season, as he is doing great for the Minnesota Wild. And now they have 7:51 left here in the third. to try to figure something out and get this game leveled at 3. The Devils trying to hold on and get their 6th straight win of this season and go 6-1. The Devils, Jack Hughes. Oof, he has been red hot as of recent. John Hines speaking to the referees here. So we have a little bit of delay. And John Hines still mad about something. Or are they going to call a penalty on this? John Samuels Thomas is talking with John Hines. Matt Boldy smiling a little bit. I don't think they're calling a penalty. They're just having a little bit of a chat right now. In the middle of a game. Face off one here. Hartman. Now Middleton will flip it back in from the center. Pesci off the wall. Tied up by Trennan. Up high to the point. Middleton across. Jaracek shot. Save. Rebound. Oh, wow. It was close. Backhander by Trennan wide of the net. Luke Hughes will move it ahead as he flips it out to center. Wild this close to making it a 3-2 game. Middleton now with the puck behind his own net. Now moves it ahead with 7:15 to go in the third. Dumped back in, no icing. Dawes out to play. Almost gave it away to Boldy. Meyer has some trouble. Brodin on the forecheck. Boldy will run it all the way around. Siegenthaler. And Gritzuk can't clear it. Now he does. 2-on-1 here for the Devils, though. Heischer with Meyer. Heischer couldn't receive the pass. Now Heischer has it now. Hamilton sending it low. Gritzuk got his first career goal in front. Rossi. Boldy will move it ahead with 6.5 to go. Right through the middle. Johansson dumps it back in. Played by Dawes behind his own net. Meyer gets high stick there. No penalty. No, there is. There is a penalty upcoming. Oh, my. A late call. Bad penalty to take late. Meyer. And well, are they going to argue this? I don't know. Let's see. John Hines is mad about something.
And neither arm up.
Boldy touched up the puck. There was no hands up at first.
It was.
They're having a conference about this with Kelly Sutherland, Spurgeon, and Andre Palat talking with Kelly Sutherland on the potential penalty that's upcoming. 6:27 to go in the third. Palat and Spurgeon arguing his case, I think. 31-22, the shots favoring the Devils. Sheldon Keith talking to Meyer. Let's see what the call is. Kelly Sutherland, Andre Palat still talking with him. Was this even a penalty?
Well, there you see Meyer go.
I think they said New Jersey penalty. We'll get this figured out with 6:27 to go. Either a Wild power play or a Devils power play. We'll be back with 6:27 to go. We welcome you back to New Jersey. 3-1. Devils leading it over the Minnesota Wild, and I think we have a power play or not. I'm not even sure what's going on here. I think we have no penalties out of that. Wow. So they didn't call it originally, and they won't call it here. And with 6:27 to go, still a 3-1 score for the Devils. Faber along the wall. Faber towards the net. Wraparound attempt stopped. Rebound in front. Dawes is still loose in front. Shot couldn't go. Faber up high for Brodin. Slaps one. Save. Rebound wide of the net on the rebound. Kaprizov. Hartman goes back to the point. Held in by Brodin. Wild on fire right now. They were this close to making it 3-2. Gritsiuk has been good all night. Holy moly. Taken away from the puck, and then Gritsiuk on the back check. Centering pass. Jack Hughes on the backhand denied. What a chance. Meyer shoots it wide on the rebound. And Brad along the wall. Jack Hughes has Hamilton in front. Hamilton shoots, and he missed the net. Pesce will shoot it around. Palat. Brad's in the high slot. Hamilton's at the point. Jack Hughes has it. Hamilton, a one-timer save. Pesce. 5:20 to go. Palat back to the point for Bratt. Bratt gets taken down by Hartman. And then another takedown. No penalty shot. Jack Hughes denied. Fans wanted penalties. They wouldn't get it. Two kind of missed calls right there. Kaprizov with less than 5 to go. Kaprizov's been out there for a minute and a half. Shot in wide of the net, and it's going to be an icing with 4:50 left to go. And I think Kaprizov got off in time. Unless he has to stay, he has to come back to the ice. Can't get off. He's been out there for 2.5 or a minute and a half. There's someone that was out there for 2.5 minutes. Kaprizov had the rebound in front. Almost made it 3-2. Wild this close to punching their ticket to make it a 3-2 game. Mercer, and it's cleared out to center. 4:40 to go. Becomes a question when you pull Gustafsson. Here's Mercer. Shot! Save made on a low one. Gustafsson's been good. 31 saves, but he's let up 3. But not much offense by the Wild. They've struggled to score goals, basically. Other than that Rangers game, they've only scored 1, basically, in each of their past road games. Almost stolen away there by Connor Brown. Moved ahead here into the middle. Shot back in by Hinostroza. And Yurov went down in the corner. And a penalty upcoming. Oh, wow. Luke Hughes is irate that is called. Sheldon Keefe doesn't like the call either. Sheldon Keefe wants a word with one of the referees. Crowd booing here.
No question.
Wow. So the Wild get a power play late. The best power play in the league has a chance to make it a 3-2 game. We'll be right back with 4:08 to go. We welcome you back to New Jersey. A 3-1 game. The Devils leading it over the Minnesota Wild with 4:08 to go here in the third. The Wild have a power play late, though. Can they convert? We will see. As a big moment here for the Minnesota Wild in this game. We will see if they can convert here or not. 3-1 the score right now. as Luke Hughes is in the box with 4:08 to go in the third, and he can't believe that was a penalty. But it was. But there was 2 missed calls on the other side of the ice that could have been penalties on the Wild. So Kelly Sutherland and John Samuels Thomas call interference on Luke Hughes right here on Yurov. He didn't have the puck. And then Luke Hughes, second penalty of the game. I believe that's his second interference call. And Sheldon Keefe does not like that. His gums right into his lip. Maybe don't want to yell when you have gum in your lip. 4:08 to go on the third. Kaprizov out there with Tarasenko, Eriksson Ek, and Spurgeon and Boldy. Tarasenko complaining about something with Pesci. And Boldy will take his Eriksson Ek's place. Power play for Minnesota. Big face-off win by the Devils. Brendan Dillon clears it to the line, not out. Kaprizov held it and shot. Save made by Dawes, a high shot that got deflected up high. So the Devils' power play converted. Is it Minnesota's turn to convert now? Shots at 35-27 in favor of the Devils. 3-1 lead in favor of the New Jersey Devils, but this could be reduced if the Minnesota Wild get a power play goal, the best power play in the league. Facing the third best penalty kill, though. They've already killed off 1 or 2 power plays from the Wild. This is their third opportunity of the game. Tie up in the circle. Kaprizov looked like he got something up high, but he didn't call it. Up high, Spurgeon. Shoot, save, rebound, Kaprizov. It is still loose, and it's cleared off the boards and out. 3:45 to go here in the third. 1:35 to go on the power play for the Wild. Boldy will move it ahead. Onside with it. Tarasenko on the far wing. Boldy tied up in the corner. Eriksson Ek behind the net. To the point. Kaprizov waits, stumbles. Spurgeon. Touch pass to Tarasenko. To Spurgeon again at the blue line. Back for Tarasenko again. He shoots and a save. Tarasenko rimming it all the way around for Boldy in the far corner. Back to the point for Spurgeon. Tarasenko to Kaprizov. Waits. Kaprizov shoots and he missed it wide. Boldy. That pass deflected. Devils. Mercer sends it deep. 3 minutes to go in the third. 53 seconds to go on the power play for the Wild. Comes the question when Gustafsson will get pulled. Kaprizov in. That pass out of the reach. They haven't been able to enter the zone cleanly. Boldy has some trouble with it. Enters in. It's a barrier right there. Got through. Hartman. Save. Dawes. A huge save. 30 seconds to go. Ryan Hartman with an opportunity to make it 3-2. And he gets stopped by Dawes. Potentially his best save of the night. The biggest save of the night for him. It was a barrier at the blue line. They found Hartman cutting on the side. 30 seconds to go on the power play. 2:37 left to go in the third. Comes the question when you pull the goaltender here. Do you pull him now? You're down by 2. You got 2:37 left on the clock. You got a power play for 30 seconds. Do you pull him? They haven't done anything. John Hines has not pulled Gustafsson just yet. 2:37 to go here in the third. Face-off won by Hartman. Faber playing it off the wall for Hartman. Sending it low into the corner. Hartman trying to get it right here. He does. Great keep. Bouillon waits. Delays. 2:20 to go. Faber up high to Bouillon. Across shot. Save. What a save on Johansson. And the Devils pick it up now. Brown and the penalties killed off. A big kill by the New Jersey Devils. The third best penalty kill. Gustafsson has to get out of the net somehow, in some way. 2 minutes left to go here in New Jersey. 3-1. Bouillon cutting in. Lost it. Bratt into the middle. Boldy. Bouncing puck. Cleared out of the zone. 2-on-1. And Jack Hughes stumbles. He missed the puck. The other way come the Wild. Eriksson Ek drops it out for Kaprizov. Waits. Through the legs. Empty net at the other end. Up high. Struggles to hold it in. They do. Tarasenko, Hamilton off the glass, cleared out of the zone with 1.5 minutes to go. Empty net for the Wild. Boldy will shoot it back in. Boldy gets it in the corner. Kaprizov pressured along the wall by Jack Hughes. Bratt for that empty net. He scores! He stripped the puck away from Kaprizov, and it's 4-1 Devils. Great board battle. Jack Hughes passed it to Bratt. Empty net goal. 4-1 New Jersey. Right in the center. And the Devils, a minute and 17 away from their 6th straight victory. Nemitz. Now it's Hallinan. He'll clear it out to center. Jesper Bratt's 4th of the season has made it 4-1 Devils, restore the 3-goal lead. Off the skate. That's offside. They touch it. Now they touch up. 50 seconds to go here in the third. The Wild down by 3, and they're going to fall to 3-4-1. Jaracek, Middleton now. 40 seconds to go. The Devils with 36 shots on Gustafsson. He stopped 32. Dawes only lets in 1. He stopped 28 shots. Here's Mercer. Mercer waiting. 25 to go, and the shot missed wide. Nemitz. Crowd already standing on their feet here. 15 to go. Bouillon to Rossi. Shot in wide. It hit the netting with 11.9. Whistle. And the Devils are going to get a win out of this in regulation. And the Wild continue to struggle on the road. And their offense, even though they got 30 shots, they haven't been able to get the goal scoring that they usually have. And their power play coming up cold tonight. 3 chances. And nothing out of it. Cleared, not yet. Through the legs, Pitlick lost it. Devils clear it. No icing. Devils win this 4-1. That's your final score in Newark, New Jersey. Carter with the goal to make it 1-0. Brendan Dillon made it 2-0. Gritsuk, his first goal ever in the NHL, made it 3-0. Boldy made it a 3-1 game, and to seal the deal, it was Jesper Bratt, I believe, was a goal. The empty netter. 4-1, Devils win it here in Newark in their home building at the Prudential Center. What a win. They have won 6 in a row. Wow. They have really made a difference in this game. Wow. They have done well. They have done very well here at home. Wow. Just domination on the Wild offensively and the goal scoring. Just wow. An impressive win by the Devils in a good Eastern Conference. Wow. Wow. What a win for New Jersey. And the Devils win this 4-1. 4-1. Devils win it from Max. We'll see you next time. 4-1. Devils final score against the Minnesota Wild. Wednesday night rivalry hockey. Good night, everybody.